Hey, and welcome back to my channel. It's Ashley here, and if you are new, hey girl, hey. So today's video is sponsored by Cricut, and I'm going to share how to create these simple labels using a Cricut machine. So let's go ahead and get started. So starting from the beginning, I had a very messy pantry. As you can see, this was like a year ago. Our pantry looked a mess. And I made a video of me doing a pantry makeover, and I used all like thrifted glassware that I found, baskets and things like that. So this was a very inexpensive makeover, and it was very much needed. So after I did that and I put everything back in, organized it all nicely, I did label the bottoms, but labeling the bottoms didn't cut it because people still didn't kind of know what this stuff was. Only I knew what it was. So today in this video, I am finally going to be creating the labels that I need to add to this pantry so that it'll be easy for people to identify things. And I should have did this a long time ago, but I never did. I just stuck with it until one day my husband thought like pancake mix was flour, and it was so hilarious, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to fix this. So that's what we're gonna do today in this video. And I'm also proud to say that my pantry after this makeover still looks better than it did before. So to get started with making these labels, I am coming into Cricut's design space to create these, and I am using one of the tag templates that you can use. So that's what that little yellow piece is, and you can size those to whatever size you need. So the font that I'm using is Bohemian. It's one of my favorite fonts. And I am now going to be duplicating these tags, and I'm going to be typing out each word for the food that is in my pantry. So I did sugar, and I'm just going to duplicate that one, and then I believe I wrote hemp. Yeah, so hemp. And then I put that one up onto the tag, and basically like you just want to make sure it's nice and centered in the tag, but it doesn't have to be perfect because you're not going to be cutting out the tag. You're just using that as a reference for how it's going to look when you place it on to whatever label you're using. So I did this to all of the tags that I'm going to be using for those glass jars. So I just duplicated the words, I kerned the words, made sure they look nice, and just added them on top of the tags. And for the other ones, since I'm not going to actually be using like a label or anything like that, I'm just going to be using the word. I just measured the container that they're going to be in, and I sized the words accordingly. After that, the next thing I did was I removed the tags from the back, so I just deleted them, and then I welded my words together to get them ready for the next step, which is getting this cut out on my Cricut. So then after that, I just made sure that all my words were inside of the red lines, and that I also utilized all of my mat space. The vinyl that I'm using to create these labels is just the black removable vinyl, and I put that onto the 12-inch Cricut Joy mat, and I used my brayer to push that down, and then after that I loaded it into my Cricut and let it do its job, and it started to cut out each word. Alright, so after the Cricut cut out all of my words, the next thing I did was I just removed that vinyl, and then I cut out each individual word. So when you're cutting out your words, you honestly don't have to be like cookie cutter, like straight, like you can just go around each of the words. So that's what I did, and then I pulled off that vinyl. After I did that, it was time for me, of course, to weed out my words. And what I like to do is just keep my words on to the mat because it's sticky. And then I'll take my weeding tool and I'll just start to weed out the things that I don't need. So after I got all my words weeded out, it's time to put all of this together. So I'm going to be using these 2-inch acrylic pieces. I think they're either 2 or 2.5-inch pieces. And I peeled off the protective paper backings, and then now I'm just going to start to add my words on there. So I'm going to be using my transfer sheet to do that. So just placed it on top, and then now I'm going to take that and center it as best as I can. So if you want to get technical, you can use a ruler and all that, but I just eyeballed this. I placed it on top, took my scraper tool, pressed it down, and then I peeled the transfer tape off, and then I had a nice little cute acrylic piece that says sugar. And I did this method to all the rest of the acrylic pieces, and this like took no time to do this. This was so easy, and it was also pretty relaxing. So to attach these to the jars, which I got from the Dollar Tree, I am using this twine that I got from the Dollar Tree too. And I'm just going to wrap it around the top, and I'm going to add my label on there, and then I just simply tied it to the back and then cut off the excess, and that was it. So for the larger containers, I did the same thing, except for I'm not using a label. I'm just going to be placing the words straight on to the container. And I just made sure it was nice and centered, placed that on there, and pulled it off. And then I had nice written words that say what is in each container. And that is it. That is all I did. This was so simple to do, just to label the pantry after I already did my quick little makeover organization. And now we all know what are in these jars. So I didn't go crazy labeling everything, but you can totally do that if you want to, because it's very simple to do using a Cricut. I hope this video inspired you to either clean out your pantry, organize it, or create some awesome labels for things around your house. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below to let me know what you think. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, make sure you click on that subscribe button and you hit that notification bell so you'll always be up to date with my latest tutorials, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!